Community Mapping Day is an annual event hosted by the Geography Department and the Geographics Lab, where we invite the community into mapping and mapping for good for a community cause. Participants are welcome regardless if they have digital experience or not with mapping, and we even support hand mapping, and that's a valuable contribution to the day in many ways. And so this year's partner, the community partner, was Easttown Township, Pennsylvania. We were introduced to them through LCAP, which is a campus program, the Local Climate Action Program. And they were interested this year in developing pollinator pathways in their area.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Ian Rush, and I worked on this map with Cooper Price. We're representing the Geographics Lab. During the morning, our biggest question was, how do we tie existing pollinator work back to Fairmount Park in Philadelphia, somehow providing a route from the city out to Easttown Township?
So participants get the prompt the morning of, and then are tasked with mapping over 3 to 4 hours. They then present to the cohort what they've accomplished.
We were kind of inspired by the prompt of like, what if we had a pollinator pathway that went all the way from Easttown to Philly? And so my first thought was like, if we did it in like a bike perspective, so like a biker going from the two, because it's only about 20 miles. And like,
participants varied widely, not just geography students, not just cartography students, but folks from a wide range of demographics, from a wide range of majors.
Like you, it was both of our collectives' first time opening ArcGIS Pro.
We got some folks who were entirely outside of the university and some folks who service staff across the campus.
Yeah, that big area near the end. That's the Devon Horse Show. There are areas around there. That's very good. Yeah. Yes, I did feel like the audience was very engaged. They really understood the importance of the pollinator gardens, and based on the feedback that they gave me and some of the verbal interactions during the presentation, I felt like they really were engaged in it and really excited about this project.
Yeah, participants are challenged in many ways through this process. And for this year in particular with the pollinator pathways, they had to conceptualize and learn what pollinator needs are over space, how they could potentially visualize that, and then how this might actually take effect in a community setting, and whether they could get community on board to support these efforts. And so really, they're thinking on multiple levels about how their maps will work in the world.
Since we're working with such a small area, you definitely have to work with other townships right at the time. Like that. And I feel like this is something that you could bring to those other townships along the line and show them, hey, let's make a main line for pollinators.
One of the things we wanted was something that we could display publicly. And so one group focused in on that, what would be of interest to say, you are here and here are the other gardens and that kind of thing.
I really wanted to put something that people over here can view as they're walking down Lancaster Avenue. Just something nice, like a layout that tells them where they are and also points out where the green infrastructure around them is. So I think a map centered on this area in particular would be a nice focal point.
Yes, so participants are issued a prompt, but really how they tackle that prompt is wide open. And so what ends up happening is this fascinating process where outcomes vary widely depending on their interest or their previous knowledge or whether they decided to map digitally or by hand.
The value in this is that process is in them finding their own way through, working through a solution to whatever prompt we issued to them. And so I try not to direct what their workflow will be or how they respond to something or what they create even, because the value is in like how that comes about.
yeah. What I really like about what Profiti did is like, I came in kind of with this grand scale idea of like, wouldn't it be cool if it was like a bike path thing? And I wasn't really thinking about logistics. It was just like, wouldn't this be cool? And she helped prove that like there is kind of already existing like groups that would support this. There's like infrastructure to support this.
The benefits of being involved in Community Mapping Day are various.
Nested
They get to build
families.
community,
So you have
and
to
they
have a
leave
big
with a
birdhouse
certificate
for
of completion for their efforts, and they also leave with whatever they'd created that day. So it's really trifold in benefits for folks who are involved.
And when I was finished, I just had this adrenaline rush. And I've taught for years and years. I've never had that rush.
This is a report we sent to Easttown Township featuring the mapping outcomes from Community Mapping Day 2025. Here pictured is Ruth on the cover when she was giving her presentation to kind of inform participants what the project was about. And then we walk through some of the products that came out from each of the teams. This first page on the left shows Ruth's work actually in providing us data for the current efforts that are being done there, such as the downspout planters, the rain gardens, and the pollinator pathways. And so we built the map with Ruth to give to participants at the start of the day. The image on the right is one of the mapping outcomes that a group had created. This one features shortest pathways for pollinators as they're traveling through Easttown Township. And so it takes into account more mathematical considerations of flight distances between potential sites.
Alicia has indicated that she does want to continue working with us, and we're very, very happy about that, very excited about that.
So we held a meeting with Ruth and some other folks from the Environmental Advocacy Council, and they said that they really did appreciate several of the projects and that they'd consider expansion. That first basic web map that we created is going to go up on their website while we develop some of these other pieces.
And one goal is to make a map that we can update ourselves, so that as sites change or as we add sites, we can do that ourselves and then make it more a living kind of document rather than just a stagnant document.
By and large, the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. Folks really felt that the day was special and engaged in a way that they didn't expect. The participants who expressed having never used the technology later said that they were excited by it and would open it again. And they really left feeling like they'd made a valuable contribution to a community.